Hey everyone, I'm coming to you today with no makeup on my face, no filters available from my phone, and I'm doing this intentionally because as I was asking myself this morning, what's the most authentic way I can show up today, and speak to these women who need this message. It was authenticity. It was show up just as you are. And what feels today like the most authentic thing I can share as an intimacy coach with you, with a woman who's running a 6+ figure business. She's busy. She's created an empire. It started as a dream, as a passion in your garage or in your office at your computer, and now it's this thing, and it's taken off, and it's beautiful. And I want to speak to you about how much you need intimacy as your natural state of being. And if you don't have this, if you don't have intimacy as your natural state of being, what that's doing for you right now. So my hope and prayer is that the women who need this, you're going to pop on here as your lunch break or your evening break for those in Eastern time zone, and you're going to take a moment to pause with me and immerse in intimacy, immerse in authenticity. Take off the masks, take off the pressure, and just show up as you are and be nurtured. We have so much pressure on our shoulders, don't we, as business owners? Everyone's looking to us. Payroll needs to go out. Sales need to continue. People need to change. We need to be on our game all the time in order for this thing to continue to roll out. And it can feel like so much sometimes, can't it? And then life still happens. You guys, life still happens. I want to just be so authentic with you. In the last 2 months, I've had a miscarriage. My adopted father passed away. Like shit has been hitting the fan. It's been really real over here. I mean, the list goes on. I've had to, I've hired and let go of several employees. It has been a lot. My husband hurt his back. He has a herniated disc and still is not functioning as well as he typically does, and it's been over a month. So this stuff just happens, right? And then we still show up. We still show up for our clients. We still show up in this deep service. We still show up because we have a mission and a passion. And I'm here to say that intimacy is the breath that is carrying me through. It is the air I breathe. If you're watching right now, you're resonating. Hi, Jen. Hi, Brianne. I would love for you to share where you're watching from. Say hi in the comments. Intimacy is the air I breathe. And let me tell you what I mean by this. It's about softening. It's about letting ourselves rely on others. It's about asking for help. It's about not needing to have all the answers. It's about sometimes showing up and letting people really see us without makeup, without all the pressure, without needing to be perfect, without needing to be so scripted. And then it's about those deep connections that we have with people, with your husband, those relationships that matter so much, with your kids, with your family members, with God. Yeah, letting go of perfect us. Exactly, Jen. So I want to share a little story with you about, actually, I want to share 2 stories with you today. I'm just going to be very, like I said, non-scripted and share what I feel like is channeling through me, what I feel like needs to be shared. And I'm just going to trust this is going to speak to the woman who needs this. One is, last week I was leading this church camp with my daughter, and it was amazing and crazy. And I'm looking for a window of opportunity to have some time alone as I grieve the death of my adopted father, my uncle, and all that relationship entailed. It was a messy relationship, and I found this window. I found this beautiful beach that was totally alone and isolated, and I was in this valley, and the water was there, and it was still, and the sun was beginning to set, and I just let myself fall apart, and I felt completely held. I was totally alone, but I never feel alone anymore, you guys, because the trees were supporting me. God was supporting me. Heavenly Mother was supporting me. The universe was supporting me. The stars were shining on me, and I felt it. I felt the water. I felt the energy of the earth, because I'm not separate. We are not separate. Nothing's separate, right? But can we feel that? Can we let that heal us and penetrate us in those times when things get hard, when everything is demanding some of us, everything is hitting the fan? Can we bathe and immerse in true intimacy? That was my experience this week, and I just let myself be held. And I cried on the beach, and I sang, and I got dirty in the sand, and then I went back and finished running church camp. Because that's what we do, right? We have to take those sacred moments and take them in, and then we have to go get crap done. It's just the way we have to operate, right? To say, I don't have time to heal, or I don't have time to feel, or I don't have time to face, that is detrimental. And if you're doing that, you know that that's detrimental to you. And I'm working with a woman right now, and we had a session together recently, and she has been running her life this way. Very successful photographer, running a multi-six-figure business. I didn't really know you could do that as a photographer. I am so impressed by what she's created. But in her busy schedule and in her life, she has just pushed forward and gone and plowed ahead, independent, single mom, working so hard to create this empire that she's created. But it's like, there's no time. I don't have time to feel that stuff. I don't have time to process that stuff. I don't have time for relationships. That was one of the first things she said to me. That she hired an intimacy coach. So cute, right? I love when people follow that heart calling. And we're talking about some things that have come up as she's been dating and re-exploring what that looks like. And we uncovered that what she's been really telling herself is, people can't be trusted, and I'm not really worthy of the love that I desire. Maybe it's not meant to be, is what she kept saying. Maybe it's just not meant to be. And giving herself this time to go in and create intimacy with herself. We uncovered this big trauma that she hadn't ever let herself see, that happened to her when she was a baby, when she was so little. And she cried, and she said to me, this sounds so weird. She's like, but I feel like my heart is breaking for myself. And I told her, that's a good thing. Sometimes we need to let our heart break for ourselves. We put so much pressure on ourselves, but sometimes we need to take a moment to pause and create that intimacy with ourselves. See into you. That's called self-compassion. When your heart breaks for you, Look at what you've been through. Look at all you've created despite what you've been through. If you're watching and this is resonating, please say hi in the comments. I'm showing up so real and snotty and teary and no makeup. And I would love to know who's watching. But isn't that beautiful? This is the stuff of life, you guys. We are more powerful when we allow ourselves to be led by our hearts, when we allow intimacy to be our natural way of being. When we go deep within and we create that with everything around us, we are never alone. We are always supported. We are always connected. That is what intimacy as a way of being is. And if you are running a high figure, high level, high pressure company, and you are the heart and soul of the whole thing, then you need this. You need this like you need air. And I want you to reach out to me. Send me a private message. Let's get on the phone. Let's talk about what your next steps are to healing up and making intimacy your natural state of being, so that that natural feminine embodiment of you can come forward and be expressed, and you can continue to show up in your power. These are my gifts in the world, is intimacy and femininity. And I want to support you. Thanks, guys.